Yo, recently, Chris, you went out and you did a challenge with like people off the streets.
Yeah.
What was the challenge about?
Yesterday, we filmed the second part of my challenge video, and it's a lot of fun. You guys should check it out.
You know what he did? This guy went out to like the street people. He took like a balloon, okay, and he put money inside of the balloon, okay.
So
and then he took that balloon and he put it in front of two people, and they have to burst it using their bellies.
No arms.
No arms. So they have to come to as close as possible to each other, and they have to burst it. And the other one that he did, which is really interesting, he basically literally took laid people down on the ground, put Coca-Cola in their mouths, and put Mentos in their mouth.
And they didn't know it. I was just like, you have to put the Coke as long as possible in your mouth without swallowing it. And they're like closing their eyes. And I was like, 5 more seconds. And I dropped like 3 Mentos. And the mouth start bubbling. You know, before you die, you're like...
Chris, what was that Golgappa challenge that you
Acha.
did? That 1,000 calories something?
Oh, we did a 10,000 calorie challenge.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
What
Oh my
was it
God.
about?
Did you guys know that actually when you recorded the podcast with Rahim, I was upstairs vomiting because I ate so much. Like you didn't hear
ये
that.
ऊपर वॉमिट कर रहा था ना और ऊपर से हमें दिखा रहा था कि ओ मैं तो वॉमिट करके आया वो बहुत एक्साइटेड था कि ओ शुक्र है वॉमिट हो गई
Oh, yeah, it should be funny in the background.
So the other day, I'm literally. What are you doing? Okay. So the other day, I was coming back home. Okay, and I was taking this Uber. Now I understand you have had a lot of weird Uber stories in Pakistan so far.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I was just coming back on Uber. And this uncle who picked me up from like one place, and he was coming over here, and you know, like there's not a lot of population where we live. I don't want to say where we live, but like there's not a lot of people who live here, right? So he didn't want to come over here. So you know what he did, Sundas and Chris? You know what he did? No. He literally, in the middle of the way, like I think about like 50% of the way, he just came, and then he started acting as some, like the cars, you know, like doing these jhatkas. Like the car is stopping, okay, but I could tell that he's using his brakes. It was the funniest shit ever, okay. And then he comes to a complete stop, and because I was on the phone with somebody, so he thought I was just busy in that, but I was paying complete attention. And this guy just goes like, and this just I heard like a tick. You know how you turn off the car and you hear the key go tick? I heard that, and he goes like, he looks back at me, he's like, the car stopped.
What a bad actor.
And I'm like, what? Okay, and then after that, he gets off the car, opens the hood, he checks in, he does something, he comes back, and he's trying to start the car, but he's only doing like,
What?
halfway through it.
Why?
And I'm thinking like, what are you doing? So I didn't say anything so far, okay? And then he looks back at me and he's like, sir, the car is not working anymore. I'm like, sir, you're not trying it hard enough. He's like, no sir, I am. Look. It just wouldn't do, right? So I literally got out the car, I turned his car on, and it turned on, and then he goes like, he's like, look, it's on.
What?
I'm like, what is wrong with the car? He goes like, I think the battery is. I'm like, if you don't want to go, you can just say you don't want to take me. He didn't want to come over here. That's it.
Yo.
And then he looks back at me and he was like, can you please get in the car? Can you please get in the ride? I'm like, you could have just saved me 5 minutes of this horrible acting. Like, I partially got cancer in my ears and eyes because of this horrible acting. Like, just tell me, I will take another car. But like, what bad Uber experience have you had?
This is next level laziness, man. Okay, the funniest experience, right?
Yeah.
When we were meeting for coffee.
Okay, finish your story because I gotta call Ali Bhai after. Like, I have a crazy story with Ali Bhai. Go.
So this Uber driver, he literally drove 2 minutes, and then he said like, "You like my car?" I was like, "Yeah, it's cool." And he's like, "Yeah, this is business car, you know, it's 3 times fare." I was like, "Yeah, just take me, whatever, you know, cello." And then when we arrived, he pulled out his phone, and you can see how much it is on your app, right? And he pulled out his phone and showed me a screenshot with like a green-red logo, like the Uber logo is not green and red, and it says 1,600 rupees. And I was like, what is this? What is this photo? He's like, oh no, sir, this is app. I was like, so he actually tried to rip me off. I was like, the fare is 300. 300 times 3 is not 1,600. So I was like, I just got out and he just left. I didn't pay anything. So people trying really hard here, bro.
People are working really hard to make that money. They're working really hard, but
How
no,
do you-
that's amazing.